What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Brothers Talk About. Today we're talking about Godzilla vs. Kong. We just got done watching the film. Here's our spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, click away right now and come back once you're done, because we're going to be talking all the spoilers, all the goodness of this movie, and we're going to kick it off with starting off with the good. So
boom, bang, pow! This movie was really good. I really liked it. I was very, very, very excited to see it. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I love King Kong. The movies over the last couple of years have been really good, and we've all known since they started to do King Kong that they were going to do Godzilla vs. King Kong. So I've been waiting for this movie for like four years now. So every time we never got a lot of information about it, and then a little bit got released, and a little bit got released, to the point where we saw leaks of toy images before we even saw any trailers or anything like that. So then it finally came out, and it was supposed to come out last year, but everything came out this year. So I was happy with it. A lot of action, a lot of great CGI special effects, and overall, it was really good. I liked it a lot. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, so if you're looking for monster on monster action, you're in for a treat. This movie was like full of it. So much good fight scenes. The fights were great. The monsters themselves looked great.
Yeah, they did.
Kong looked awesome. Godzilla looked awesome. Everything was just all awesome. Well shot too.
Yeah,
there wasn't covered in darkness.
We saw it in IMAX, and man,
what an experience!
That was the way to go. We had HBO Max from first buying it to see the Snyder Cut, and also we were debating, should we go see it in the theater since we have it?
I wanted to see it so bad in IMAX.
We paid the money extra because
I'm a
diehard fan, and I'm like, this is going to be the first movie theater experience of 2021.
In a long time.
B, because it's Godzilla and King Kong, and C, what better movie theater to see it than IMAX? It was the biggest. Even the directors all said you guys got to see it on IMAX. So.
Yeah.
It was great.
We went into this movie not expecting too much besides wanting to see a good fight.
Yeah.
I was Team Kong. He was Team Godzilla.
I honestly, at the end of the day, thought I knew it was going to copy the Batman vs. Superman model where they were going to fight a little bit and team up. Even before the leaks of saying, obviously you've seen it, so you know Mechagodzilla's in the movie. But I knew that they were going to team up at the end and fight. They would be like, save Mothra! Why'd you say that name? Save Mothra!
There was a scene like that in the movie that I looked at him in the theater. We both laughed at it.
It literally was just
almost
like
you could have inserted the
copy
voice
and paste.
It was good.
I think we're going to try to do it.
Someone's
going to do it.
But yeah, overall, we really loved this movie. The way it was shot, like I was saying, was awesome. Like there's so many dynamic, really cool moments. And the way the monsters,
the way that you got to see certain angles of everybody, which was
cool. Was sick. There was a lot of cool, like if you like paused it, could make a sick poster out of it.
Cinematic shots.
So many moments like that. So the fighting between the monsters was awesome.
Yep.
The way that Godzilla, King Kong with that axe, that was sick.
Yeah,
I like how they
really
involved
cool
weapons. They involved parts of buildings and stuff. It was just really cool.
So many people died and they really didn't touch upon it. But it's kind of like Man of Steel, where
it's what
casualties. Yeah, collateral damage.
Yeah, the collateral damage. Yep.
Anyway, my favorite parts of the movie. We'll start out with the good. Obviously, the main fights. I like the beginning on the water. I even like the intro. It was weird. I didn't know that they were keeping Kong in a facility. I wasn't sure how the movie was going to start out.
Yeah.
It had like a Guardians of the Galaxy chilled back vibe with the old classic music playing in the background. So I was like, this is interesting. And I thought that it was cool to see that there was a little girl from the island. She was my favorite character of the movie, the little girl. Every other human actor was okay. I felt like the main girl who was in Iron Man 3, I forgot her name. We'll throw a picture of her. She was good.
We'll get into that when we talk about more, but
Continue on, basically saying that my favorite parts were the intro was good, seeing Godzilla destroy Apex. I liked that. That was cool.
Scene. That was good.
I liked the scene on the boat. That went out awesome. I loved when they played Godzilla's theme, right? They had like the remix version of his main theme. That was sick.
The music was good.
When he was swimming up and Kong was like, I like how the girl sensed it. She's like, oh, Godzilla's coming.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good moments. The way, like you're saying, the intro with Kong, I like that a lot. I liked how it was like an unexpected twist. He throws a thing at the dome.
He knows that something's up.
Yeah, and you end up seeing in shots later on. There's multiple holes in the screens.
Yeah.
So he's obviously
trying to like escape it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But they've they've taken over Skull Island. That's like a big plot point in the movie. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Kong. But overall, again, like we said, for the good, the action was just so much fun. It was good, pleasurable experience to see on this big screen, and if you can, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
But now we'll get onto the kind of...
Yeah, wait, before that, my second favorite part's obviously the Hong Kong battle and the final battle. I just wish the final battle, we're going to get into it, but I wish the final battle could have been a little bit longer. I would have liked the movie to be a little longer, because the pacing was pretty good, but the ending was a little bit rushed. But overall, I was happy with everything. The mediocre parts, I guess, would be
the bad. It's not really too bad. We're doing the
Just
Clint
the
Eastwood style,
characters.
the good, the bad, and the
they
ugly.
tried too hard, I think, with the human characters.
Mhm.
The scientist guy, Bernie, whatever his name was, he was funny at first,
Yeah,
but he kind of
podcast guy, Bernie.
his whole like
His frantic attitude got old quick.
It
Like,
did.
his-
It did.
It was kind of like
Fire
okay.
Fist. The kid who played Fire Fist was kind of funny, but I
Is
mean,
that
like,
him? Isn't
I
it?
think it's him. I'm gonna go
It
out
could
on
be
the limb
him.
and say it's him.
I'm not sure.
I checked with
They-
my
they
friend,
sound-
I was-
They sound somewhere.
If it's not him, I thought it was. My bad, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Fire Fist.
He was funny.
I didn't think he was very funny though. I think
He wasn't amazing, but he just was like, I didn't have a problem with them. I just think everything that the dialogue between the humans, even Millie Bobby Brown's whole point being there,
Yeah,
she didn't like. She's a good actress, and I don't think that they utilized her that well.
I think so.
I really didn't care. The whole point of them being on screen was to get them to tell you what was happening, like basically to travel to Hong Kong and
Yeah. So what I kind of thought of it was the
find Mechagodzilla. Basically, their whole point was to show you how Mechagodzilla exists.
Yeah, so I was gonna get to that part. So, like, with that, I liked Kong's crew. Kong's crew was fun to follow. They were the more interesting group to follow. So you got the
Yeah.
Godzilla crew, which is Millie Bobby Brown, Bernie, and her friend, I forget his name. And then you have the King Kong crew, which is the lady, the
I didn't
deaf
really think
kid.
about it like that, but that
So
makes sense.
Yeah,
The
those are like
crews.
the two different teams basically. So I thought the Millie Bobby Brown's team with Godzilla trying to track down what's up with Apex, that was pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like every time that they popped up on the screen, I wanted to move on.
It was interesting, like them listening to a guy who was on the inside of the company that's creating Mechagodzilla, kind of wanted
It's an
to
interesting
unload the
concept,
secrets. But I feel like so many things were unrealistic. But granted, this is a big monster movie, so
Yeah.
I don't really
To be
care about stuff
expected.
like that. But like, it would have been nice to have a little bit of grounded in like realistic sense. Like nobody was guarding the base that got blown up. They got access to that elevator to go down, and they got to go in this little hyperspace freaking Tesla pod all the way to Hong Kong without feeling any like sickness.
Yeah, so along that point, their team was every time they come on screen, I wanted to move past. But the King Kong team was pretty interesting. Like
Alexander Skarsgård, I think that's his name.
the only thing I didn't get, and if you guys know about it, you can let us know in the comments. But I haven't looked much too into it. But did they they kind of just rushed right into this whole Hollow Earth thing.
Hollow Earth was pretty rushed. I feel like
I felt they could've
expected you
explained
to
it.
know it a lot.
And
but
I could just be forgetting what happened in King of the Monsters, but I don't recall anything about Hollow Earth.
I feel like they've mentioned stuff briefly in the past. I don't know if it was really in the movies. It was vaguely touched upon, but I know that it's been a topic.
It
in
looked
certain
sick.
things.
Hollow Earth looked really cool. I like that the aesthetic of Hollow Earth. I thought it was really
I
cool.
think they definitely need to dive more into talking about it more, but I feel like it's just a little crazy how they have this one machinery that they've never been. They have been to it. Like the Alexander Skarsgård brother died in it from a reverb or
something like that.
inversion. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to use these special
They
machines.
had to have special suits that this company Apex wanted to try to harness the power
of the
the ritual center that Kong was at with Godzilla's drawing on the ground.
which was cool. I kind of like that idea of almost like a not like historical, but like that kind of like
ancient aspect of it.
that ancient aesthetic type deal where it's like almost like Destiny type deal where it's like he was meant to be there, like
Yeah,
it was
I
kind of
thought-
meant to happen.
I thought it was cool.
interesting.
I wish we could have seen more creatures that were on it. I like the Warbat scene when he's smashing that the big long flying lizard bats.
Yes, that was really cool. That was really cool.
And then I liked seeing how there were other creatures, like when they got to the part where Millie Bobby Brown and the crew were all there and they showed skullcrawlers. I thought it would have been so sick if skullcrawlers were in the final fight when they were fighting up against Mechagodzilla.
That would have been cool, but we'll get on to kind of like not even. There's really no ugly. There's nothing bad about this movie. We really enjoyed
just
it.
things that could have been tweaked on.
Yeah.
But overall, like as it was, I was happy with it. I really hope they continue with the MonsterVerse.
Oh, I think I hope this movie does well because the director came out and said that if this movie does well, that WB will respond and they'll respond accordingly. They'll give us what we want to see.
I'm
so
praying to
I
see
hope
like
it's good.
Godzilla has 36. This is 36, I believe, or 37th movie.
It's crazy.
And he has so many good potential villains and monsters. They could do Destroyer. They could do what I really
That would
want.
be crazy.
Space Godzilla.
That would be epic.
So many other cool creatures they could do. I want to know where the other Titans are that they showed, like that were bowing down all to Godzilla at the end of King of the Monsters. Like they didn't really touch upon that, like the big mammoth creature and other things like that they showed. So I'm not entirely sure. I got to kind of go watch some videos on it, but I'm really excited to see the future of it because I know everybody gave it a good review so far.
So on to the point of Mechagodzilla, this big final fight. My one thing I would add to it is I wish this film was, I believe, an hour and 50 minutes. I think if it was a 2-hour long movie, they could have expanded the fight with Mechagodzilla And also maybe gave us a few more minutes of explanation on Hollow Earth, maybe explaining more about, because it just kind of felt like after Kong got his axe, it's like boom, right into Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was funny how
Tokyo,
it was convenient how Kong's lair was literally right underneath Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was that, yeah. But onto the Mechagodzilla
But I guess
fight.
maybe Apex,
Really good.
maybe Apex knew it because they were building. Apex whole thing was going into Hollow Earth. Maybe they built it right on maybe their facility.
Maybe.
I didn't like how everybody thought Godzilla is acting up and we don't know why. Maybe because he's only destroying these Apex places. It's not like he's going around killing every random New York City or any other spot. He's just targeting them. So you kind of know something's up. One quick thing I want to mention also, there was a theory how Godzilla could have been Mechagodzilla in disguise, like Godzilla could have had a skin of Godzilla. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Well, like maybe it could have been a hologram, like almost like Mysterio, like kind of like they made it like a hologram projection on him.
That would have been a little weird because he was making all the destruction.
Yeah, true.
They would have had to have drones like they did with
Very high tech.
Far From Home. Anyway, the movie kind of went. I don't want to be bold to say it, but I kind of went how I kind of predicted it to go.
Yeah,
with the whole way of Godzilla winning in the end because Kong was like kicking the crap out of him and like really holding his own.
I love the combat.
They focused more on Kong than they did Godzilla.
Yeah,
and because I felt like because Kong already only had one movie, whereas Godzilla had two, so
yeah,
they kind of followed the storyline. But it made sense and it went well. I just feel like I'm gonna let him talk a little bit, but I'll share my final thoughts about like the ending battle and what I have to say.
But yeah, so Mechagodzilla, I'm a big fan of Mechagodzilla. He's like, I just love the design and the idea of Mechagodzilla, like creating a robot that the humans make. But the way that the Apex guy was, he kind of like annoyed me a little. The main Apex dude,
the head villain.
It just kind of like the way he died so quick was kind of funny. But just like so, you see that
everybody died.
Oh, well, one thing we didn't mention, the fact that they're controlling Mechagodzilla with this King Ghidorah head. That was an interesting idea. I like that. It was cool.
You kind of knew that they were going to use it.
I thought they were going to make him though. I thought they were going to use that to do the Mecha
King Ghidorah.
Mecha King Ghidorah. But
no,
it's a cool idea what they did.
Yeah.
But so they're using this.
He kind of got obliterated, so he couldn't. The whole point of Mecha King Ghidorah, you would have had to put the metal head on a already body of.
That's true. They could have did it where it's like one head of Mecha.
Unless they grew him in a lab, but
that's true. They're using telekinesis to communicate.
They could always bring him back in the future from Monster Zero, or where did he come from? I really want to see creatures come from space. That would be epic.
But seeing the telekinesis connecting with Mechagodzilla, it gets destroyed, and then now he's kind of going free. He's kind of just like a lone AI destroying everything. Yeah. So he breaks out of the Apex base, and all of a sudden, after Godzilla and Kong fight, which that fight was awesome again, loved it, loved the aesthetic of the lights and like the nighttime city, it was really cool. But after the fight's over, Godzilla kicks Kong's butt, sadly, but he did good. They kind of start to fight. Kong's basically passed out. He's dead. He's dying. The deaf girl hears his heartbeat slowing down. He's dying. So then the fight with Mechagodzilla was really cool. I wish it went on a little longer, but I like all how they used a lot of his ability. They used the rockets in his arm. They used the laser.
Yeah,
the laser
he was really OP. He was kind of like crazy, but it made sense because Godzilla was kind of getting.
He was already tired.
He was pretty worn out from proving himself to Kong because Kong was really getting him in the end. But then he kind of was like, you know what? I had enough of this. He's like scratching out his chest.
That was crazy.
At any moment, he could have ripped open his mouth and obliterated him with the kiss of death. But obviously,
he showed him mercy, which is interesting to me.
Well, they were talking about who's gonna bow. Like Kong bows to no one, and he really didn't. He fought till the end. But at the end of the day, you know that Godzilla's gonna win.
I was rooting for Kong, but
I like Kong because he has the ability to move more like a humanistic, like throwing punches, whereas Godzilla is more animal. Well, they're both animals, but he's more slower in certain ways. I wish they utilized his tail in a little bit more, and I really think that it was all for trying to get Kong to help Godzilla in the end, because I feel like Godzilla really could have did a lot more damage.
Should have put more of a fight to Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, that was the one gripe out of the whole movie that I didn't like, how weak they kind of were making him in the end, which I understood for the plot, but I know that Godzilla could have did a better job of going against Mechagodzilla at the end.
Alright, so yeah, we really enjoyed this movie. The fight, the ending with Mechagodzilla, King Kong, and Godzilla was cool. I liked seeing Kong use that axe for the final time. Yeah. Rips his face off. It was really satisfying ending, and really enjoyed it. So I want to say congratulations to the people that made this movie. It was a lot better.
That's great.
A lot better using the humans. Like, there wasn't as much, and it was a lot of satisfying. The way that they paced out the fights was good. I like the pacing out of the fights. It was very... It didn't leave too much time for the boring parts of the movie. It was just action, a little bit of downtime, action, action. Just really well paced.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I really enjoyed this film. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It was what I wanted. The extra point would have been given to it if it was not as convoluted. Maybe I'll give it an 8.5. I'm gonna do 8.5.
You stole what I was gonna do. I was gonna say 8.5.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a 9 is like so close to 10. Where it's like wow.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the fight scenes were close to 9.
Could have gotten
but
that.
The movie as a whole, 8.5. It was one of the better movies I've seen in a while. I really liked it.
One thing I want to add on, I didn't like how the kid randomly used the alcohol to burn out Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, that was annoying.
They should have just had
it was whatever was in his flask.
Yeah, it's some kind of whatever alcohol it was. But
that was a little cheap.
And
it didn't really kill him because he still was operating afterwards.
Yeah,
it kind of
made him slow down.
That was a little stupid because why? If he had a mind of his own, why was he connected to the computer?
Yeah, it kind of was random. It was kind of like it felt like a quick, easy way to.
There was a lot of things to nitpick
wrap
like
it
that,
up.
but as a whole, like we said, it was great. Let us know what you guys think.
8.5.
Did you like it? Were you rooting more for Kong to win?
King
or for
Kong.
Godzilla?
King Kong.
I didn't care who won as long as they both had equal time to shine. At the end of the day, I would go with Godzilla because he's the king of the monsters, even though Godzilla's King Kong.
His name is King Kong.
He's a king, but
that's all I'm saying.
But the king of the monsters, there can be multiple kings, but there's only one king of the monsters. It was funny how in the original Kong won, and in this one, technically Godzilla won.
Oh, he definitely won. It's pretty clear that he won. So, again, awesome movie. Let us know what you guys thought down in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel.
I was upset there was no post-credit scene, too. That
was kind of sad.
I told the kid in the back of me, I looked it up on Google. I don't know why people don't look it up. I'm like, no post-credit scene? All right, I'm done. I'm like, he's like, oh, what if you're lying? I'm like, I don't give a crap.
Yeah, why would I lie? But stay tuned to the channel.
No collectible cup. Shame on you, theaters. I wanted a collectible cup.
Mm.
I collect all the merch, and I was so upset. Did you guys get a collectible cup? Are you in Europe? Are you in Asia? Where are you at?
Alright. Subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you guys thought. Hit the post notification bell to stay up to date on all the latest content. And stay tuned for the videos we have coming out. A lot of awesome stuff.
Check out our top 3 favorite movies of all time video. I think you guys would enjoy that.
You might enjoy. I'll link it down. You'll see it. It'll be at the post at the end card. So stay tuned for all the awesome content. And thanks for watching.
Happy Easter.